It's time to go long haul. We all know about Etihad Airways and their world-class premium products, but how does economy actually stand against their competitors? Well, let's find out. Hello there! You join me today as we fly long haul to Abu Dhabi on Etihad's A380 in economy class. Let's take a quick ride from Hatton Cross to Terminal 4 and I'll see you there. We've made it! It's my first time departing out of Heathrow Terminal 4 today, so I'm excited to see how the atmosphere and facilities actually compare to other terminals at Heathrow. And I also hear that there's something very exciting for us Av geeks, so stay tuned for that. It's a busy evening at Heathrow. Many flights actually depart to Asia and the Middle East at this time, so it does get quite crowded. Etihad Airways, as of recording, operate 4 daily flights to Heathrow, 2 of which depart within an hour of each other, so I was actually expecting check-in to be quite hectic, but in fact it was the opposite. It was smooth and completed within minutes. And with that, let's head through security. See you on the other side.
A few moments later.
Security was a breeze, which is often quite a miracle at Heathrow. Terminal 4 at Heathrow feels compact, which is nice, since it's very easy to navigate around, but nothing award-winning in terms of facilities really. It's also modern, with plenty of shops to browse around before you depart. Now, we've got a few hours to spare before boarding at 9 PM, so let me show you a must-do for us aviation geeks when at Terminal 4. Oh, and there's our arriving chariot taking us to Abu Dhabi. At the moment, Etihad Airways only operates 5, soon to be 7, A380s to only a handful of destinations. And our Etihad A380 isn't the only 4-engined, double-decker aircraft here. Here we are. That's right. To fulfill our avgeekness, Heathrow Airport have kindly placed an observation deck for plane spotters alike. Located at gates 15 to 16, you just follow the signs and head up the stairs to be presented with this, a 270-degree view of 27 left, a real hidden gem. I'm sure you guys have seen videos of the Etihad Residence class and their other premium products, but the economy offerings are often left under the dark, so I hope to show you what the real Etihad economy experience is like. After spending like 2 hours of plane spotting, it's finally time for boarding. Boarding began 15 minutes before departure and it was a very smooth, efficient process. The staff was super friendly, so a massive thumbs up to them, especially whilst overseeing boarding of almost 500 passengers. Oh, and there's no restricted gate area to cramp passengers into, unlike some other airports. And a very warm welcome on board. My initial impressions are, wow, I love the brown and gold theme throughout the cabin as it just makes the whole experience feel luxurious and classy, even in economy class. The Etihad A380 has a whopping 494 seats, 415 of them just in economy class. After being warmly greeted on board by the cabin crew, we have made it to our row of seats. As usual, a standard 3-4-3 seating configuration. The cabin is in great condition, but that's likely because the Etihad A380 has only been flying for around a year since it was grounded due to COVID. Seat tour time. In front of you is a decently sized monitor, adjustable of course. Just below, a small handset in which you can use to control the main monitor above. As normal with long haul flights, we have a sturdy, foldable table tray. Overall, a solid hard product, especially for a cabin designed nearly 10 years ago. Unfortunately, there are no individual air vents provided. Universal power points are located at every seat. provided that your seat is probably the largest, fluffiest, most comfortable pillow of all economy class in the world. Trust me on that. And the headphones are of decent quality, but to be fair, if you wear them for too long, they do get uncomfortable. Now, this is where Etihad goes above and beyond any other airline in my opinion. They give out collectible amenity kit bags in economy class. Basically, they're foldable tote bags with the Etihad design, and there are 3 colours to collect. The one I have here is the Manchester City livery version. I genuinely appreciate Etihad for this gesture. You honestly don't get anything in economy class these days. Can we just appreciate how wide the A380 actually is? It's definitely the best aircraft to fly on as a passenger. Now that boarding is completed, we're about to begin our pushback for a short taxi to 27 right for takeoff. The safety video is played and we are off. I'll see you in the skies.
If emergency oxygen is required.
As we climb to cruise, let me briefly show you around Etihad's entertainment system called eBox. I'll go into more detail in future videos. As you can see, it's got plenty of latest release movies and the classics, as well as full seasons of TV shows, games and live TV like sports and news. It's also very easy to navigate around, but to be fair, the responsiveness of the screen isn't the fastest. Now, before the first meal service begins, shall we take a look at the toilets on board? There are 4 lavatories at the back on the A380 and they're all more or less equally sized. They're quite big. There aren't many amenities such as hand cream or face mist, which is the norm on Emirates or Qatar Airways, but on the plus side they were kept clean for the whole duration of the flight. About an hour into the flight, the meal service began. There were 3 choices to pick from, 2 meat options and 1 vegetarian. Now unfortunately there are no paper or digital menus, which kind of sucks, so it's a surprise what you get. I had a chicken dish. Let me just say this, the catering on Etihad economy is probably one of the best in the world. The food tasted amazing, the chicken was juicy and cooked just right, and the portions you get are massive. And the catering quality is consistent, which you will see in my future videos. There were also plenty of juices, alcohol to choose from, and I'm pretty sure I saw Prosecco as well. The cabin lights are dimmed, so it's time to get some rest. I'll see you in a few hours' time.
The next day.
A very good morning. After a few hours of rest, we are finally nearing Abu Dhabi. By the way, on all of the Etihad's A380s, this section is used as a prayer area, which can be used throughout the whole flight. We've got an hour left before arrival. Cabin crew are now coming around serving the pre-arrival breakfast snack. A choice of juices, tea, coffee, and a warm red pepper pastry. It was alright, not as good as the main meal of course. Can I just add that the crew interactions have been super friendly and professional, which always makes a flight that much special. A short while later, we're making our final descent into Abu Dhabi. Stay tuned to the end where I make my final conclusion, but for now, enjoy this stunning landing on board the Etihad A380. So, how did I find it? I must say Etihad are definitely able to compete with the likes of Emirates and Qatar Airways. Their soft product is top notch, with the food tasting divine. Of course, they have a very good hard product, but the design is quite old, so I think they should consider refreshing the economy cabins to what their A350 has, for example. Nonetheless, the A380 is an absolute pleasure to fly on, and I'm so glad Etihad decided to keep them. Stay tuned for my future videos where I'll be reviewing their economy product on the 787 and whether the service remains consistent. But thanks a ton for now for watching the video, and I'll see you in a bit.